Most people think their pickup truck is just transportation, right? But I'm watching guys with the exact same truck clear 3,000 a week doing work that nobody else wants to touch. And while everybody's out here chasing online side hustles that never really pay off, these guys are accidentally stumbling into gold mines sitting in their driveways. But real quick, before we dive in this video, I'm breaking down 4 pickup truck businesses that are printing money. I generate leads for businesses like these and make over $41,000 a month doing it. And my students are pulling in $2,000 to $6,000 a month with the same model. If you want to learn that, the link is down in the description below. But let me show you these businesses first. Mobile pressure washing. The first business on our list is mobile pressure washing. Here's how this works. You ever looked at your driveway and see the grime and oil stains that are all built up? Most people walk past it every single day and don't even think about it. But you show up with a pressure washer, you hit it for like 90 minutes, and the transformation is insane, right? It's like you just revealed brand new concrete that's been hiding under there for a decade. And people will pay you $200 to $800 for that. Now, to do this right, you need a pressure washer and a way to transport water to the job site. We're talking a pressure washer plus either a small trailer with a water tank or a truck bed water tank setup, right? Startup costs are going to run $800 to $3,000 total. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't know how to pressure wash. Neither did those guys that are making $15,000 a month right now, right? You learn as you go. If you're doing this part-time, you're making $3,000 to $6,000 a month. But picture this. You work your regular job during the week, right? And on Saturday mornings, you knock out 3 or 4 driveways. By noon, you just made an extra $1,200. You do that twice a month, you just made $2,400 extra dollars. If you go full-time, you're looking at $8,000 to $15,000 a month. But here's what I love about this. The before and after visuals are marketing gold, right? Let me ask you something. When was the last time you watched a pressure washing video and didn't watch the whole thing, right? Those videos are addictive, and that's free marketing for your business. One good video of you blasting away 10 years of dirt, and you've got content that brings in customers for months. People find it satisfying to watch, right? The visuals are incredible, and it sells your service without you saying a single word. And the best part, these customers come back every single year. Homeowners need their driveways, their decks, their siding cleaned annually. So once you do the job right, they'll be calling you back next spring. You can upsell into like deck staining, right? Or gutter cleaning or concrete sealing. All services that keep customers coming back. So this isn't just a weekend hustle. You can actually build a real brand with this. Vehicle towing. Next is vehicle towing. You ever been stuck on the side of a road with a dead car? Or have you seen somebody stranded in a parking lot, right? That's panic, right? That's frustration. That's when they call you and they'll pay you whatever price that you're asking. Breakdowns happen every single day in cars, right? Someone's car dies on the side of the highway. A family's SUV won't start in the parking lot. Repo companies need vehicles picked up, right? And then you show up with your truck and tow setup and you're charging $75 to $200 per tow. On local tows, you're making $75 to $150, but longer distance tows, you're pulling in $200 to $500. And when somebody calls you for an emergency, you can charge even more because they're desperate, right? Now, the investment here is higher than some of the others that we talk about. So you're going to need quality tow hitch, right? Tow dollies, flatbed trailer, anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 depending on your setup. Some states, they require a towing license or commercial plates as well. So check your local laws. And yeah, I know that investment is higher than some of the others on the list, but think about what you're getting. You're buying yourself a business that can replace your income. But once you're set up, this is premium income, right? You know why? Because you're not competing with hundreds of other guys, because towing requires real equipment and insurance, right? Most people don't want to deal with that, which means you can charge higher rates. And if you position yourself right, you can get contracts with roadside assistant programs, insurance companies, repo agencies. That's when the calls start coming to you instead of you chasing them down. Here's what most people don't realize about towing. It's not competitive because most people can't afford the equipment and licensing, right? That keeps the field wide open. Vehicle towing is one of those businesses where you're getting paid well because you're solving an urgent problem. And nobody calls a tow truck unless they have to, right? And when they do, they'll pay whatever that you're asking for. Junk removal. Next, we have junk removal. And let me tell you, this is one of the fastest ways to turn your truck into serious money. You know that pile of junk sitting in your garage or basement that you just keep saying you'll deal with it later, right? Everybody's got one of those fucking piles. And when they finally decide to get rid of it, they'll pay you real money to make it disappear. Here's why this works. Americans produce 1,600 pounds of trash per person every single year. We're the #1 trash producing country on the planet. And when people have junk piling up in their garage, their basement, their front yard, they'll pay you to haul it away. A solo operator charges $200 to $300 per truckload. Dump fees might cost you $50. Gas is another $10. So that's $140 to $240 profit per load from your truck that you take in. You do 2 jobs on a Saturday, and that's $300 to $500 in your pocket. Do that every weekend, though. Then you're looking at $12,000 to $2,000 a month just Saturdays, right? If you go full-time, guys are grossing $170,000 to $200,000 a year with one truck, and after expenses, they're netting $60,000 to $80,000 in profit. The startup costs are basically nothing. You grab some tarps, straps, work gloves, right? Get a dump permit. You're talking a few $100 and you can start this weekend. You could literally start this Saturday. Let me ask you something though. When was the last time you saw someone excited to haul junk? Never, right? Which is exactly why they'll pay you and pay you well to do it. Nobody wants to do this because it's dirty, it's heavy, it's unglamorous, and that's exactly why you get paid well. Now, I know that doesn't sound appealing, but here's what I've learned about junk removal. You're not just getting paid to haul trash. You're getting paid because nobody else wants to do it. That's the real business model. The junk removal market in the US is worth $10 billion a year, and it's growing because people keep buying stuff and eventually they need to get rid of it. This business is recession-proof. When the economy crashes, people downsize and need you to haul stuff away. When it's booming, they're buying more and they need deliveries. You're making money no matter what's happening in the economy. And once you do a good job for them, they'll call you again when the next pile of junk shows up for them. And here's #1 on the list, hotshot trucking. This is the big one. This is where you stop thinking like a side hustler and you start thinking like a business owner. Here's how it works. You use your pickup truck with a flatbed or gooseneck trailer to haul freight. Loads that are just too big for a van, but too small for these semi trucks that are out there. Things like machinery equipment, right? Building materials, anything that needs to get from point A to point B fast. And you're charging a premium because speed and flexibility matter to these people. Hotshot truckers are making $70,000 to $150,000 a year, and some who really lock in good contracts are making even more than that. Now, I know some of you are thinking that sounds too good to be true, and I get it. But these numbers are coming from actual owner-operators running these businesses right now. You're not punching a clock. You're not answering to a boss. You get to pick your loads. You get to negotiate your rates. You get to run your own operation. Now, the investment is a little bit higher here than the other businesses on the list, right? You need a heavy-duty truck, solid trailer, proper insurance, maybe DOT authority if you're crossing state lines, right? We're talking a real investment. But the payoff, it's massive. One good long-haul load can net you $1,500 to $3,000 in just a few days. Think about this for a second. You pick up a load on a Monday morning. You drive it across country, right? You drop it off on Wednesday. You just made $2,500. That's what most people make in 2 weeks at their day job. And you did it in 3 days. Let that sink in. And here's the thing. Here's what you and I both know. The trucking industry has a massive driver shortage right now. So rates are high and demand never stops. If you got a reliable truck and trailer, you can start booking loads this week. Now look, this one's for you if you're ready to make a real investment and go all in. If you're looking for something you can start this weekend with $200, then scroll back to junk removal or pressure washing, right? This isn't a side hustle. This is how you replace your career. This is how you walk away from that corporate job and never look back. Let me tie this all together for you. Remember what I said about at the beginning, right? Guys are clearing $3,000 a week with these trucks. Now, you know exactly how they're doing it, right? The pressure washer is building a brand and creating viral content that brings customers in on autopilot. The towing operator is charging premium rates for emergency services. The junk removal guy is netting $80,000 a year in profit. And the hotshot trucker, he's clearing $150,000. These aren't outliers. These are regular people who saw an opportunity in boring, unsexy, physical work, and then they ran with it. And here's what nobody talks about. These businesses are recession-proof. People always need junk removed, vehicles towed, freight hauled down the road. That demand isn't going anywhere. Now, everything I just showed you works. But let me be real with you about where the actual money is. Don't forget, every single one of these businesses lives or dies based on one thing, guys. Customers, right? The pressure washing guy needs people calling. The junk removal operator needs jobs lined up, right? The hotshot trucker needs loads to haul. These businesses live or die based on whether the phone rings. And most of them have no idea how to make that happen consistently. That's where digital leasing comes in. You build a simple website that ranks on Google for high-intent keywords like junk removal near me, emergency towing services, hotshot trucking rates, right? And then you lease those leads to local businesses for $500 to $2,000 per month. You have no employees, no truck, no breaking your back in the summer heat or freezing colds, right? I've built a portfolio of these digital properties that bring in over $41,000 per month, and my students are making $2,000 to $6,000 a month with the exact same systems. But here's the difference. With a truck, you're trading your hours for dollars. You work, you get paid. You don't work, you don't get paid. You're putting miles on your vehicle. You're dealing with the wear and tear, the depreciation, fuel costs going up and down. With digital leasing, you build the asset once, it ranks on Google, and it generates leads 24/7, whether you're working, sleeping, or on vacation. Click the link for the free training. I'll show you exactly how to build these sites, rank them, find clients, and turn this into real reoccurring income for you. You're leveraging the internet instead of your back. The opportunity is sitting right in front of you. You can keep trading your time for money, or you can build something that pays you over and over and over again. Let's go build something that lasts.